Hey guys, it's Danny, and I just wanted to pop in and share my latest Facebook Live recipe with you guys here on YouTube. Now, this recipe is extra special for two reasons. Number one, I have a very special guest cooking in the kitchen with me. Hint, hint, she's 7 years old and she looks a lot like me. And number two, I am sharing one of the most popular recipes on my website, CLEAN&DELICIOUS.com, and I've actually never shared it here on YouTube before, which really surprises me. So I'm very excited to get this recipe into your hands. So with no further ado, I present to you our latest Facebook Live. Enjoy. Hello, hello, my friends. We are live here coming at you from New Jersey. We have a beautiful autumn day, and I'm going to give you guys a minute to log on so everybody can join before we actually start cooking. But I'm very excited because I have a very special guest today. It's the one and only Katie Speak. So Katie, that's okay. Katie doesn't have any school today, so she's going to join me in the kitchen to cook with you, because one of the things we like doing the most together are simple like baking recipes and pancake recipes and things that you can kind of stir and mix and then have the adults put in the oven or cook on the stove. So this recipe is right up our alley. And Katie, can you tell everybody what we're going to be making today?
We're making apple cinnamon protein muffins.
Apple cinnamon protein muffins. And these are muffins that I like to call muffins on a mission, because this is not your like average muffin. If anything, think of this muffin more as a like a baked oatmeal cup, because it's really, we're going to be using oats, yogurt, egg whites, some apple and cinnamon. So it's really like oatmeal in a baked on the go fashion. But they're great for breakfast, they're great on the go, great in the afternoon with a cup of coffee, very versatile. So as always, I am going to pull my phone up, guys, so I can watch the comments coming in. As you join, please come down to the comments below, say hello, let me know who's watching, let me know where you're watching from, and if you have any questions for Katie Spees, feel free to share them. She'd be happy to answer them, right, Kay?
And I'm really happy to meet you guys too.
She's really happy to meet you guys.
No, I don't see you.
No, but we'll see them right in. Okay.
So join in.
Join in. Okay, give me just a second.
Daddy's smiling.
Yep, Daddy's behind the camera. This is a whole family affair today, right, guys?
Who is his photographer or whatever, who videotapes it, and / wife or husband.
It's a family affair. Okay, then give me the tips why I'm not getting this up.
You on Wi-Fi? You got everybody. You got people from Nebraska, Ohio, Philippines.
Okay, guys, bear with me. I am just getting my phone. Here, my husband's looking at it. But let me tell you more about our muffins. So basically, this is the perfect type of recipe to add to, watch the camera, Bray.
Oh, sorry.
This is the perfect recipe to add to your meal prep weekend. So if you're prepping on the weekend, this is a great one to add to it, and they will stay great in the fridge all week long in an airtight container. Don't do that. Okay. We up?
We have Wi-Fi, so you're good.
Okay. All right, guys. Hopefully I'll see your comments. Oh, there we are. There we are, Kay. Okay, guys. Just turn the volume off, and we are ready to go. Okay. So I see me, Nye coming in, Christy, Jason from Pennsylvania, Jeannie from Ohio, Laura. Look, Macy and Faye are watching.
Ah!
Say hello.
Hi!
Okay. Saggy, please tell me how to say your name one of these days, my friend. So good to see you out there from Israel. Jennifer, oh my gosh. Yay, Jennifer, you made it. I'm so excited to have you here live. Okay, guys, so let's get into this. Let me show you how to make these muffins. Again, think about these muffins as like a breakfast cup, because it's really like a lot of oatmeal with some eggs or egg whites and yogurt, so they're high in protein. Very low in refined sugars, and no refined sugars, and no refined carbohydrates. So these are not like your regular muffin where you're getting flour and sugar. This is oats, and we're using a little bit of coconut sugar. You could also do turbinado sugar or honey. Okay, so let's put this here because I need this as my guide, okay? So we're gonna start off. Can you tell everybody the first ingredient that we're gonna be using?
The first ingredient we'll be using is 2 cups rolled oats.
Okay, so into the bowl, we have 1 cup going in, and then 2.
Yeah,
now
two.
guys, you could make this with a quick oat, right? Those are a little bit more processed. They're broken down a little bit smaller. They're not gonna have the same texture that these will have when they're done cooking, but what you cannot do is steel cut oats, right? So think anytime you're working with oats, quick oats and rolled oats, they're pretty interchangeable. You can make both of them work, but the steel cut oats you cannot because they're very hard and they require a lot more cooking time, okay? Karen's from Canada, hello. Look at you all coming in. Effie Tall is in the house. Hey Effie, from California.
Hi.
Okay, now we're gonna add 2 scoops of protein powder. Again, like I said, this is a muffin on a mission. These are also great if you like to work out, if you lift weights, if you do anything that is taxing on the body. When you come home, it's a good way to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fuel your muscles.
Fuel, that's not the word I'm looking for, but that's where I'm going with it. To fuel a post-workout is to have a little bit of protein. Which is why, and a lot of times when people think that, they think, okay, well, I have to eat eggs or I have to eat chicken, but this is a fun way to have a baked good and still get that same protein count with something a little sweeter rather than something so savory. So let's just talk about the protein powder for a minute. When you buy protein powder, you want to look for brands that have very small ingredient lists. I mean, sometimes you'll see protein powders and they've got 50 ingredients. Those are the ones you want to avoid. There's a bunch of brands that I like. Right now, the one I'm using, it's a whey protein powder. It's J-Rob. You can buy this one pretty much at Whole Foods or you can get it on Amazon. But it is clean. I do like the way it tastes. So this is one of the ones I like to use. But there's a lot of good ones out there. Okay, Valerie says that she just made our pumpkin protein pancakes and they were delicious. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Nice job.
Those are yours. What do you like to put in them? What do you always want to sprinkle in the pumpkin protein muffins?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate wins the game always.
Chocolate wins the game. All right, next we have a 1/2 cup of egg whites. Do you want to pour that in? This is basically 4 egg whites. Do you have to use egg whites? No, you could totally use whole eggs. That would be perfectly fine, in which case you would use 2 eggs. The reason, a lot of people always ask me, what do I do with the egg yolks? I don't separate them. I usually buy my egg whites pre-separated, so I don't have leftover yolks. But if you don't do egg whites, you can just, anytime you see egg whites, just half the measurement and you just sub in whole eggs. It's totally fine. Okay, put your arms down.
Sorry.
Okay, and then we're gonna be adding a cup of Greek yogurt. I'm gonna get it from the fridge.
Why didn't you get it before?
I forgot. Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm laughing too much.
Okay, you wanna help me get that in the bowl?
Okay.
Now this is a 2% Greek yogurt.
Oh, this is hard.
You could also do a full fat, or if you wanted to, you could do a fat-free. I like the texture of the 2% or the full fat. Okay, Katie's testing the ingredients as we go.
Chef gets extra snacks and that is yummy.
That's true. That's what I always tell Katie, is that that's the perk of being a cook. You get to have little extra snacks, but not right now.
Sorry.
Okay, then we've got 2 tablespoons. I'm using coconut sugar today. You want to, actually, before we put it in, let's just show people how coconut sugar, it's dark, has a very molassesy type of flavor. It reminds me kind of like of a traditional brown sugar with a little more depth of flavor, okay? So Katie, will you sprinkle that in? You could probably do honey in this, would work perfectly fine. You could do a little turbinado sugar. And honestly, if all you had on hand was regular, no, it's really not. It's 2 tablespoons for the whole recipe. So, we're like our own reality TV show over here. Mom and daughter. So any of those sugars will do the job. Next up, we have some cinnamon. Let's get that in the bowl, Katie. That's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and just a pinch of salt. Pinch.
Just a pinch. Pinch. Ooh.
Because your fingers are little, you could do 2 pinches.
Ooh.
And one more for Daddy.
Hi, Gina. Phew, I'm so happy you didn't miss it.
Hi, Gina.
She said, phew, I almost missed it. I have Katie here cooking with me today.
Hi.
So Katie's going to start to mix the bowl, and I'm going to show you guys how I like to dice up my apples. Now, if you've been tuning in to my live broadcast, then you'll probably see me do this, because I feel like in the last few videos we've used apples or pears. So you're going to keep it low and just gentle and try to keep it inside the bowl so it doesn't go everywhere, okay? And just take your time and work with it. Okay, as for the apple, guys, whenever I'm dicing an apple, you don't need to core them or do any of that first. What I like to do is just come to the side and cut off what I call the apple cheeks. Because I want a smaller dice, I'll cut 2 boards off of each side. So they'll be like 1, 2, take it over to the other side, 1, 2, and then I just take off the sides like that. 1 and 2. Okay, let's see who's coming in. Shannon says, oh my God, she's the cutest. She has so much personality and I love her facial expressions. This one.
Thank you so much.
And then who else is tuning? Christina, yay, I made it on time. Your recipes rock. Thank you, Christina. So then you just come back around these, you're gonna cut them into strips. Whoops. And then back around the other way. Boop. Until you get a dice just like that, okay? And I gotta tell you guys, when it comes to cutting and doing things at home, I think one of the best things we can do for ourselves is not to get fanatic. You know, don't worry about if every one is the perfect size, if you've cut them all evenly so they cook perfectly together. I think that's the beauty of home cooking, that it gets to have a little extra character and a little extra flair because we're all just getting in there and doing the best we can do with it. If you guys have any questions about any of these ingredients, come on down into the comments and let me know what they are. These, like I was saying before, these muffins, normally what I will do is I'll make muffins like this on the weekend when I do my meal prep, and I might even double the recipe because they, you know, if everybody has one, boom, there's a bunch of the recipes already gone. But then you just store them in an airtight container and they're ready to go. That apple looks amazing. I should have had breakfast before tuning in. Yes. What a cutie pie. They're talking about you, Katie. She says she would be a huge hit if you continue bringing her onto the show. Yeah, we're going to start. Now that she's getting older, we're going to keep practicing, right?
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to show them the consistency here because I really want you to see that. Yes, we're going to cook these into the shape of a muffin, but this is much more of a oatmeal cup, right? So it's so great. It's great if you have kids. It's great if you're an adult because this is basically, you know, like a fun way to eat oatmeal on the go. A fun way if you're trying to get more protein into your diet, but you know you still want the muffin, or you still want that feeling like you don't want to sacrifice everything you love, but you want to cut down on the refined sugars and you want to cut back on the refined flours, right? So it's picking and choosing. I find this is a great way to do it. I'll tell you what else would be great in here is raisins. Yes, I think I'm gonna add some. So Katie, can you put the apple in there? I'm gonna get some raisins. Supriya, clean and delicious kids. Wouldn't that be a good one, right, Supriya? If only I could get my own work done. Then maybe we could add one. We don't have a lot of raisins, Ref, but I'm gonna add what we have.
Ref.
I'll tell you what else would be great in here, walnuts, guys. Anything that you would want to stir into your morning oatmeal would be good in here.
Hey,
Okay, you want to do that? Okay, you stir that up.
anybody join?
Yeah, we have a bunch of people joining. Stephanie just joined in from Arizona. We have Sabrina. Sabrina said, wow, how adorable is your daughter?
Thanks.
Thank you.
But she's not mine.
People tell me all the time that she looks just like her mother. Isn't she gorgeous?
Or are we twins?
She looks just like her mother.
Comment down below if you think we're twins.
Comment down below if you think we look like twins, Katie says.
If she watches YouTube or anything?
Yeah. So, guys, while Katie's finishing stirring that up, use those muscles, girl. You need to grease your tray. So you could either line these with a muffin liner, so you could totally do that, or you could spray it, which I'm going to do. Or you could go each one, do a little coconut oil or a little butter. But I have to say, with stuff like this, I find it easier just to give them all a quick spray. They will stick if you do not grease them, so make sure that you grease them. Katie, Ahan and Siobhan are saying hello. Okay?
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Those are our friends. Lisa Kenningsberg, Rod, twinning. Hashtag twinning. Yes, we are. Okay, guys, so take a look. Once you have your pan all greased and ready to go, you're going to, don't do it that smooth, it's going to get really messy. We're going to take, I would say, about a 1/4 cup of batter for each for each
This one?
muffin, okay? Let me just do one to show you, and then you can do some yourself, okay? So, you see this, B? Okay, so about a 1/4 cup. It's gonna go into the muffin. That's a little bit much. About there, I'd say about almost 3/4 of the way up. It's a little bit much. I'd start with less, and if you need more, add it in. But you guys can see that that one apple adds plenty of chunky apple bites to each single one. And the raisins are gonna be a great addition. You know what I wanna know? Come down, excuse me. Come down, thank you, Katie. Come down to the comments below. I wanna know, what are your favorite oatmeal toppings? I have a cough in my throat, so I'm gonna grab my water. Katie,
Stop leaving
run the show. Talk to the people.
What are you doing now,
Okay.
Katie?
Right now, I'm just putting the batter into the molds. And
Good job.
Okay.
Tasting as you go.
actually tastes really
Okay. Let's see.
enjoying.
Lauren says that she likes to put brown sugar and chocolate chips in her oatmeal. Karen likes craisins. Jen likes cinnamon. Cinnamon and coconut flakes, Supriya. That's a good one. I have something in my throat. I have to tell you, I grew up, my favorite oatmeal filling was cinnamon and raisins. That was always my favorite. Katie, though, is chocolate chips. Basically, every food that Katie eats is a conduit for chocolate chips.
Even eggs.
No, that's not true. Which, by the way, guys, you could totally put chocolate chips. You could use the base, right here. Boop, boop. You could use this base recipe and use any stir-ins that you like. So you could go chocolate chips, you could do pears, you could do bananas. I mean, really, any of those things would work. Okay, beautiful. Quinoa and blueberries.
Ooh,
I assume that you're doing a quinoa as your breakfast cereal. That sounds delicious. I'm having some issue here.
we need some more batter.
Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't. This is fine, Kay. So you can see that we're like one muffin short almost. But all I would do in that case is just scrape a little off of the tops of the other ones to even them out. So again, like, perfection is not the name of the game here. Just getting the job done. Okay, and these are an awesome weekend meal prep ingredient. Make these when you're doing other ingredients for the week, when you're cutting your veggies, if you're making some chicken or oatmeal or whatever it is that you like to make on the weekends for the week to make it easier on yourself. Make a big batch of these, maybe 2, and you'll have great snacks. If you like to work out, you'll have a good post-workout snack. So from here, all you would do is stir them into a 350-degree oven for 18 to 20 minutes, okay? So let me show you what this is. So, because I like to play in advance,
You can talk to me now.
let me show you what this is gonna look like,
Oh, someone.
okay? Now when they are done cooking, oh yeah, they sure did. We have Nikki Bradshaw. Hey Nikki, good to have you live here. Kristen does almond butter, coconut, and chocolate chips in her oatmeal, and she says it tastes like an almond joy. I am so trying that. Thank you for sharing that. That sounds amazing. So once the muffins are done, this is what they're gonna look like. Again, they're pretty dense because it's oats and yogurt and it's got the apples. And here's one that we were testing before, Katie and I. So it's very cake-like. Can you see that? They're
Spongy.
spongy. That's a good way to describe it. Spongy. Do you want to take a bite? I'm gonna take a bite too. They're good. They're really good. Do you ever freeze them? I didn't take the TV bite. I took the big bite. Sometimes I do freeze them, especially if I make extra. Now here's the thing when you freeze them. You want to do your best to get as much air out of the bag as possible so they don't get freezer burn and so they last a long time. I've recently been experimenting with the Food Saver. So I have it back on the counter over there. It's basically a machine that vacuum seals foods, and it literally takes something into the freezer. It will last for years over than just like a couple weeks, and it doesn't go freezer burn, and it stays just as fresh. So I find that to be really helpful. But if you're just gonna freeze it and you think you'll get to it pretty quickly, It definitely works, and it's nice because you can reheat it. If you use the microwave, you can reheat it in the microwave, it defrosts in no time, and then you get to have like a nice little warm breakfast muffin. I personally love these with a cup of coffee. Okay, let me see these, any questions or comments. I don't want to miss anything before we go. And guys, feel free to ask me anything that you might want to know about any ingredients. I don't even need to be using them right now. Here, sit up so I'll show you, okay? Okay, we have Karen from Cyprus watching. Carla, my daughter is watching from Georgia, and her name is Brittany. Can you say hi to Brittany?
Hi, Brittany.
We have a mouthful of muffin. Oh, Karen's son Alex wants to say hello. Hello.
Hi.
So fun to have you guys out there. Jason, these look amazing. They are. You have got to try them. And you guys see how easy it is. I have to say, for me, baking, my favorite way to bake are these very simple dump and stir kind of recipes, right? You really can't go wrong. You can't make them wrong. Okay, great question. Can you omit the protein powder? Yes, you absolutely can. I'm trying to think though, because you would have to do something instead. You might want to use a little extra sweetener if you don't have protein powder. Okay, stand up and I'll get you something. Let's get off the counter, okay? Okay, just stand up. I'll stop. Okay. So you could skip the protein powder, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't even have to sub anything, and it would probably work. But if you wanted to, can you get coconut flour in Israel? Because if you can, maybe just 1 or 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, just to make sure that these bind for you. Then I would look into something like that.
And is saying something about almond flour possibly.
Almond flour might work too. I haven't personally tried it, but it very well might work. So just like a little extra something in there, just to help with the binding. So it's something to play with. I don't really think you could go wrong. You'll still end up with something edible, so definitely worth trying. Nikki, this is a nonstick muffin pan, but I always still spray my nonstick muffin pans because things still stick to them. So yes, it is, but I still sprayed it down. I have a load of coconut flour to use. What can I use it for? I have a bunch of recipes on my website using coconut flour. So maybe I'll link 1 or 2 of them in the comments below later, but they're great for, you could do pancakes with them, you could do baked goods, you could do cookies. Great for a lot of different things. I like it best baking. I experimented it with a little bit like breading chicken, and I do not like that. To me, it has too much of a grainy texture. I've read online that people use it like that. I haven't had any success with that though. I'd like to know if you guys did. I missed a good part of this. Will the recipe available after live stream? Absolutely. Guys, I always put the recipe down in the live stream when I'm done. Saji, how do you think it said, Bang?
Saji.
S-A-G-I. I want to know how to say it right. Would you please Snapchat me and just say your name one time so I get it right? You have almond flour. Try a little. I wouldn't do a lot, like maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons. I think that would do enough to hold it together.
What kind of apple is it?
So I'm using a Honeycrisp, guys. You could use any apple. Really, you can't go wrong with the apple. I do think because it's going to be cooking, the crisper the apple, the better. Because if you do something like a Macintosh that's already soft to begin with, by the time it cooks up, it might get a little too mushy. The brand of the pan is called Anolon. A-N-O-L-O-N. Anolon. Okay, what about using chia seeds? Yeah, you could stir into anything you like. Anything that you would enjoy in your oatmeal, you could stir into these muffins, and I think it would work just fine.
Should I do chocolate?
Okay, Katie wishes we did chocolate. Next time we will, okay?
Okay.
Okay, nope. Okay, let's say we're gonna head out of here. Guys, if you're around later, I'm also gonna be live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Nourish by Tastemade platform.
Without me.
Without Katie. I'm going to be making my pumpkin protein pancakes again now. So if you watched last week, I made those here for you guys. But everybody was so excited about those pancakes. I thought I have to shoot live for Tastemade today, so I thought I would share that pancake recipe for them as well. So if you're live, come on over and hang out with me there. Again, remember, if you have any questions, bring them to these live streams because it's a great way for me to answer you quickly and directly because I cannot always get to all my comments and all of my emails, but I love hearing from you and I love being able to help you out with whatever I've got, okay? So we got girls watching from California. Hi, guys. So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to put the recipe in the comments below. We will see you soon. Can you say... Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Do you want to take a bite? I'm going to take a bite too. They're good. They're really good.